Tell us about Chloe as a child.
She was a beautiful little girl. She was a spitfire.
Okay. And what do you mean by spitfire?
She was very, she knew everything. She was smarter than everybody and in her family.
Mm-hmm. And that was primarily when she was a teenager?
Yes. She did gymnastics when she was a little girl, and she had friends, and she played baseball in junior high school, I believe, or softball. But as she got older, she just
might do this at 1.25, I think.
She just
There's
knew
a lot
everything.
to get through to do it.
Okay.
Oh,
Were you close with your daughter while she was growing up?
I thought I was.
Okay. Have you learned a lot of information since this case started that you had
Yes.
to reevaluate that position?
Yes.
Okay. When she was a teenager, I know
if it's too fast for you, please let me know.
you said she was headstrong.
Very.
Your family moved around a lot, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that kind of created a little bit of a level of upheaval with Chloe in terms of relationships with people and friends?
I didn't think it was.
Okay. When she was a teenager, did you notice any signs or concerns about her mood or possible mental illness when she was a child?
There were a lot of different things. She was very headstrong, and I just thought she was going to be a strong little girl. And then as she got older, she put me through some stuff.
Okay.
There were times where she put me through hell.
Okay. And a lot of that was kind of based on teenagers who know better than their
Yes.
parents.
Yes.
Wasn't her out committing crimes or anything like
Oh,
that?
no.
Definitely thought she was all-knowing or anything like that. Were you aware when she was a child of whether or not she had attempted to commit suicide?
When she was a child?
Well, as a teenager.
No.
Okay. Did you subsequently learn about some behavioral issues related to that after this case started, with cutting or anything like that?
She was cutting her wrist, but I never knew it because she always wore those plastic bracelets and it covered it. And I never had any idea that she was going through that.
Okay. She never communicated any of that to you
Never.
at all? Okay. When she ultimately left your house, that was when she was 17 years old?
I believe so.
Okay. And tell me what your thought process was about why you let her go.
Because I couldn't handle the way she was going about it. My middle and my younger siblings, I think, learned from their older one. My oldest son badgered me, and he would do it all day, every day until he got what he wanted. And my husband always worked out of state. I was Monday through Friday, only parent, working and having 3 children. And when there's just a time where I gave in to him. Well, then it started becoming a habit. And I think Chloe got some of those habits maybe from him, watching him get what he wanted as she was growing up. She was never a materialistic kid, but when she wanted to leave and she just asked and asked, and it wasn't just asking, it was arguing, it was fighting, it was, I just finally I gave in. On top of that, my husband ended up with a quadruple bypass. He was out of work for a couple of years. So, I mean, I had my own issues to deal with. On top of that, I had children to deal with that